Welcome back to Sea Glass Archaeology, everybody. Here I am, I'm out on beautiful, scenic Inverness Beach, and while I didn't venture out this way to pick sea glass, I couldn't pass up the opportunity. Now, the real reason I'm here is to let everybody know that we're going to be hosting a sea glass festival out here at the end of June, and yours truly is going to be the special guest. I'm going to be putting on tons of presentations, lectures, and I'm going to be welcoming people to bring their artifacts down to share them with me so that I can provide some insight into where they came from. I'm so excited to share that with everybody. That's 2 straight videos where I'm announcing that I'm going to be appearing at 2 very different sea glass festivals, and I wanted to make it 3. I wanted to get down to the International Sea Glass Festival in Mystic, but it just wasn't in the cards this year, so sorry to all my friends in the United States. Hopefully next year I can make it happen. Without further avail, let's get to the beach and let's see what we find. Have a look at this one, everyone. It seems to be the bottom of a flask. It would have been a smaller flask, maybe only about 12 ounces. It doesn't seem to have any markings on it, but if I put it like this, it almost looks like it's the sunglasses from Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh yeah! And then look, right over here, as I'm making a joke, there's another piece. It's a little bit lighter aqua sea foam, and that's what this beach has. It's just scattered. You can see that the beachcombers are few and far between, but the beauty is absolutely everywhere. I've come across a lot of really unique bonfire glass out here, and after all, this was a town dump. We can see the creasing on the inside of the lip, and we can also tell for sure that this wouldn't have been from a Vicks bottle or a Noxzema bottle. I just got real wet, everyone, so I gotta move, the water's coming. But this probably could have been from something like a Brahmo seltzer, or even a larger milk of magnesia that wasn't cornflower blue. There is a chance that this was even from an Evening in Paris perfume bottle or something similar to that. I'm gonna keep walking, but as I go, we're gonna keep picking up all of these amazing little shards. I just found this piece and it says ne pas remplir, do not refill, and that's kind of going to tell me that this would have been from a 7-Up bottle that was made probably after World War II and before 1970. Now, I know it's not that special, but I found some really unique soda bottles, and I found them in heavy garbage. They're not like the normal ones I recover, and I'm going to share them with you. They definitely don't make them like this anymore, everybody. I remember going to my grandmother's house and getting a single serving of Coca-Cola out of a large 1.5-liter bottle like this, and in that same heavy garbage pile, there was multiple pop bottles that somebody had been collecting and keeping, and when I put it next to the single-serve Pepsi that was in the same bin, it really goes to show how large this bottle is, and I'm just afraid that if I bring this to my shop, somebody's gonna ask me how much I want for it, and they're gonna pay my not-for-sale price, and then I'm no longer gonna have it in my collection, but that's okay. Sometimes these finds go to feed my family, and I have to let them go to a new owner when it calls to their heart. Okay, it's somewhere in here, everyone. I just saw big bright blue, and there it is. You've gotta be kidding me. A massive blue marble, and I'm not 100% sure if this would have been modern or if somebody would have thrown this in, but the truth is, from where I'm at on Inverness Beach, I don't think people out here are seeding, and I haven't found any glass that looked anything like this that was modern, so there's a good chance that this is an older marble, and gosh, I cannot believe it. I've got a big bag of goodies, and now I've got my prize of the day. I'm out here looking for beautiful sea glass. This man is about to make the hardest shot he's ever made in his life. Oh, is it gonna go? Oh, he got it up. Good shot. Here's another really unique piece of sea glass that I'm excited to share with everybody. You can see that it has a ribbed embossing on it, and it's a very thick piece of clear glass. It would have been from a smaller 6-ounce bottle, and luckily for me, over the years, I found a few really interesting examples. Here's a beautiful shade of lavender purple, everybody. We can probably date this piece to the first part of the 20th century or the last part of the 19th. And right next to it, we have a super flat piece. This would have been from a window, and it's shaped just like Cape Breton Island. Here's another spectacular color, everybody. It's a nice shade of aqua blue. It's almost on the teal shade, and I've seen pieces like this that originated from old seltzer water bottles from the turn of the century, and a few soda water bottles as well. It's gonna make a beautiful pendant. I just came across another really cool find, everybody. It's super thick. It looks like it's a bean, and it also looks like it's a hockey puck, and it's just as thick as well. There's a really good chance that this would have come from an early century pop bottle as well. A lot of them were semi-automated, so the bases were very, very thick. And this one here would have probably been from a 6-ounce bottle as well. Hopefully I've got something that's really thick at home and I can match this one to it as well. I kept that mid-century Pepsi bottle out just so I can show you in comparison to this earlier bottle, Orangeville 1930, that I found a while ago in the backyard. And you can see that the base is absolutely thick in contrast to the Pepsi bottle. I'd imagine it's about 700% thicker. And when I hold the two bottles in my hand, this one is super bottom heavy and it probably weighs twice as much as the Pepsi bottle. And I'd imagine that most of that weight is right here in the base. So let's get back out on the beach and see what else I find. It looks like not only beachcombers love to come here looking for sea glass, everyone. We can see that the piping plovers love to make their nests here. And we all have to do our part, walking closer to the water's edge, sensitive nesting areas as well. You never know what kind of wildlife you're going to encounter out here, but we all have to treat it with the utmost of kindness and respect. Well, everyone, I've officially been walking for 2 long hours right now, and I'm nowhere near my final destination. And I was told that the sea glass gets really, really good at the end of the beach, so we're going to keep on trekking. I keep finding really nice large shards like this one right here that would have come from an old bleach bottle, something like Javex or Clorox. It's a lot brighter than a beer bottle. Sometimes I just come across the most interesting rocks, everybody, and it's a good thing this one was face up. It was literally face up, because to me it looks a lot like Groot from the Avengers, but I know without a doubt this is a piece of quartz and it has some interesting inclusions in it. Too bad there wasn't another face on the other side. I can't wait to display this one at my shop. I'm not recovering too many amazing, brilliant colors out here on Inverness Beach, but I'm finding a lot of remarkable sea glass that is a great indication that this was an old dump site. So we can see here that it's a nice piece of clear glass and a piece of amber brown fused inside of it, inside the heat of a fire, because it was very common to burn your rubbish before you dumped it into the ocean. And it's amazing to think that a beautiful beach like this, where tourists come from all over the world to spend some time and unwind, was once a beach that was filled with garbage because it was very isolated, and this is where it was acceptable to dump it. It really is true that the farther you go up Inverness Beach, the more amazing sea glass you can find. This is a massive shard that anybody would have been able to spot from a mile away. And it's funny because this little blue one over here is what caught my eye. And then as I keep looking, there's still so much more glass that nobody has even picked up. So we're gonna keep looking here, and hopefully we're gonna make some more great finds. Oh my goodness, everyone, take a look now. It's a massive piece. Without a doubt, everybody, I am walking where nobody has come before because I just made the find of the day, other than that beautiful marble. It's a nice, huge piece of lavender glass. Maybe I need to get in a better light so you can see the color. So there you go, everyone. Nice and purple. It's a huge bottom of a bottle. This might have been from a soda water bottle, like a pop bottle as well. And I even found a ketchup bottle once that was the same type of manganese purple. I cannot believe I found it. And it just goes to show that if I was the first person out here, maybe I would have so many more great finds like this one. But I'm having a great time, making some great discoveries, and I'm so happy I get to share it with you. It took me 3 long hours, everybody, to get to the spot where a year ago I had to take off my boots and then I walked across. It was a lot warmer day a year ago when I was out here, so I was thinking to myself, do I turn around and go back home, or do I venture across? And of course, if I'm finding big pieces like this, there's no way I can't keep walking. But unlike last year, I'm not going to be taking my boots off because I'm already soaking wet. I'm just going to walk right across, and then I'm going to deal with it when I get there. The current definitely seems strong enough to knock me down. But you know what? In life, when you get knocked down, you got to pick yourself back up. So I'm just going to take a little peek, and hopefully I can find a spot that's not as torrent as it is right here, and I'm going to make my way across nice and safely. I literally just crossed the ravine, everyone, and I just found one of the prettiest blues that you ever have seen. take a look. It's got some bonfire creasing to it. It's a huge piece. It probably weighs about 2 ounces. And who knows, maybe this is the bottom from that bottle lip that we found that was bonfire glass a few hours ago. All I know is there's a lot of people and they are all looking for sea glass, but they're not willing to cross over this spot. And I'm soaking wet because I did it, but I've already been well rewarded. You can see the water raging right behind me. And then you can see the beachcombers that weren't willing to take that extra step and make that opportunity a reality. I also came across this, which I'm fairly certain would have been a brake light or a tail light from a car. Pretty sure this is glass. Now that I'm touching it, it absolutely is glass. So this would have been some sort of interesting reflector light. I know I'm not the most popular YouTube channel in the world, everybody, and that's probably because I don't make videos on how to play Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever video game's popular nowadays. Every once in a while, I get offered a sponsorship to be put at the beginning of my video, and today is the day that I finally include one. The beach has just asked me to sponsor the video and to share the love. You all share the love with me every time you leave a comment down below or a thumbs up, a like, and a subscription. And it's something in my life that just means so much to me. So this video is sponsored by love. Thanks for sharing it, and thanks for letting me give my love back to you. If that last heart wasn't enough proof that the beach wants me to sponsor it with love, take a look. Here's a brand new heart. It's one of the rarest and most unique hearts that I've ever seen. Definitely fractured right in the middle, and it also has a really unique pattern to it, and I'm fairly certain that this reminds me of old Hoosier glass. It's so wonderful to see people out here looking for sea glass, but I hate to say it, everybody, you don't want to be looking on the shoreline after I've already checked those piles, because if you're going to find something, it's going to be really minuscule or it just washed up with the pounding surf. It's a beautiful blue piece of milk glass, everyone, but it definitely has some striations on it, and it looks like it's got some layering as well. And for me, in my experience, I've seen pieces like this on Tiffany-style lampshades, even faux Tiffany-style lampshades. So let's put a picture in the video to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. Since passing over that ravine, I filled the bag with about 2 pounds of larger sea glass, and a lot of it is beautiful bonfire glass. So we can see this piece, it has some nice creasing on it, and it's got a little groove on it, which we'd kind of see in a Sprite bottle, but it's too deformed to tell if that's what it's from. The second shard over here, it has a unique pattern on it, which I'm used to seeing in early century soda bottles, and I just can't believe how much glass is on the other side of the ravine. It's a long way back home. I've been walking for 4 hours now, and I have no sign of stopping until I get to the end. I know I must be getting closer to the old town dump when I start to find really large shards, like this one right over here. It's got the D in the diamond, which means Dominion Glass Company, and the 4180 is something that we dug out of my backyard at least a dozen times, old wine bottles. And then I've got this really, really thick piece. This is definitely from a window, and it might even be from some sort of a ship like a lobster boat, because it's so thick and it's so flat. And this is exactly why I crossed the berm, and I'm putting in such a long day, everybody, because I want to go and find the glass that no one's had a chance to find. And this beautiful yellow piece, it's nice and thick, it's nice and long. I can't even begin to hypothesize where it would have come from because I'm dehydrated, I'm tired, and the only thing I've had to eat today was an apple, but that's okay. I'm sure by the time I get home and I'm editing this video together, I'm going to have a pretty good idea of what this probably came from. And here's something that I've never encountered before, everyone. It almost looks like it's a spaceship now that I pick it up. It's a nice piece of earthenware, terracotta if you will, and there's a chance that this would have been something that a woman would have put her earrings into. This might even be the lid for all I know. There's really not a lot of it left, but hopefully I'm going to be able to go home, I'm going to be able to match it to something, and I'm going to be able to share that with you. I love to recycle, everyone, and last night before bed I made myself a little bit of toast, and I thought to myself, if I find so much glass, I'm gonna run out of bags. So luckily for me, I brought this huge bread bag because there's no space in my pockets for all of these larger finds, the smaller ones, and it's getting pretty heavy as well. So hopefully this bag will hold a lot more than a light loaf of bread. Inverness Beach really has some of the largest, thickest sea glass that I have ever seen, everybody. This piece over here, it's got a really unique pattern to it, and I'm not 100% sure what it's from, but I definitely know what this one is from, and this definitely would have been from a Pepsi bottle that was made after World War II up until the 1960s. And lucky for me, I just found a bunch in heavy garbage, so I'm going to share those with you as well. I've been walking for a very long time, everyone, and this is probably the first shard of gray that I have ever found on Inverness Beach in all my trips here. A piece like this might have originated from an old floor model television. There's also a chance that it originated from a wet battery jar that would have been used out there on the beautiful sea. Who knows, everybody? Maybe a long time ago in a galaxy right here, Luke Skywalker was out here and he was playing with a lightsaber and he was looking for sea glass and then he lost it. It might even be from like a baseball bat. I have no idea what it's from, but it's one more piece of plastic for me to take home. And you know what? Maybe if I run out of room in my bread bag, or if it gets a little bit too heavy and it's gonna break, I can always put it inside my new lightsaber. The anticline of the geology of this area is too beautiful not to share, everybody. We can see eons and eons have eroded away, and this is what remains, the sedimentary bedrock. A lot of iron in it because it is so red, a lot of bumpiness as well. Okay, everybody, it's been 5 long hours that I have been walking out in one direction, and I'm still not at the end, but I am so beat. The truth is, I said I was gonna leave no stone unturned, so I am gonna use the force, and I'm gonna keep on walking, because it really looks like after a few hundred yards, I'm gonna reach a spot with a bunch of pebbles, and I really wanna find that old town dump. That was something I wanted to do last year, and I still don't know exactly where it was, although in 2019 I was here, and I caught a small little glimpse of it. So we're gonna keep going, everybody. No matter how tired I am, I'm gonna leave no stone unturned. Well, everyone, I'm a firm believer that fortune favors those who take a chance and take a risk. And normally in my adventures, I always find something really good when I go out there and I look and I look. Here I am, though. I'm at the end of the beach and there's nowhere else for me to walk. There's a couple of people up there playing golf. I was already saying hi to them. And unfortunately now I have a 5-hour walk before I get back to my vehicle. Although, if I don't stop at every little pile, maybe I'll make it there in half the time. You know, it's kind of wild because when I first came here about 7 years ago, I found a spot where there were tons and tons of scrap metal and it was sticking in all of the clay sediment that's right behind me over here. And I just can't seem to find that original spot. And I've been here many times looking for it and I just keep striking out, but that's okay. I'm made in Canada, so that means I'm super tough, super durable, and I never take things to heart. So I'm gonna have to come back another day, maybe do some more research, ask a few friends, and I'll find that spot. Here's my clue, everyone, that the metal is still here and it's just buried underneath all this hard-packed, beautiful clay, because we can see that there's iron oxides and they're seeping out of the ground. So there's a really good chance that somewhere inside of this mound, there's tons and tons of metal, there's old horseshoes, and who knows what. But right now, there is no chance that we are going to be able to dig through this with our bare hands. Some of you out there may know that this beautiful beach actually runs parallel to a beautiful golf course. It costs $400 a person to get on that one. It's free to go on the beach. Now, there's only one thing that I expected to find when I was out here, and I just found it. It's a new golf ball. It doesn't have a name on it, and what's ironic is I've already walked to the end of the beach, and there's no way I would have missed this big, bright white ball. So somebody must have just taken a 2-stroke penalty in the time it took for me to get to the end and then head my way back. It's kind of funny too, everyone, during heavy garbage, the kids and I, we found some golf clubs, and we had a lot of fun playing with it. So I'm gonna put a little clip of that in the video too. Oh my God, he did it! Oh, it's a walk-off home run! Oh. Mike hits it over the pond. Pressure's on.
I'm not doing this. You better hit on gas.
Trust the process. That was a good practice swing. It's gonna skip, it's gonna skip! It got over! It got over. It's right there in the bush. How ironic is this, everyone? It's a beautiful piece of sea foam. Oh no, my lightsaber. My lightsaber almost just got taken over, everyone. It's almost filled up and now it's covered in sea foam. But as I was saying, how neat is it that I just found a nice piece of seafoam blue amidst all of the seafoam, but unfortunately with all of the red sand, this looks like it's red seafoam. If you could smell what I smell right now, you'd probably never eat seafood ever again. And we definitely know that this one wasn't from a restaurant because it's way too small, and this is where the best meat would have been outside of the tail, would be right here inside of the claws. Oh no, he's got me, he's got me. At least we were able to give this guy a little bit more respect before he gets washed out into the sea, and who knows, he becomes a nice meal for a bird. Here's what 7 hours on the shoreline on Inverness Beach looks like, everybody. It's 8 pounds of sea glass, and a lot of the pieces are so much larger, which is very difficult to come by nowadays out in Cape Breton Island or anywhere really, because people pick the big pieces, they use them for jewelry. I'm about to get to work right now, and I'm about to put all of these pieces to use one at a time, but I just wanted to share with you how many I collected. Well, everyone, it's going to be a long time until this adventure is over for me, but as the sun is setting, I'm going to use this opportunity to wish you all a good night. It's been a wonderful day, and I'm so glad I get to share it all with you. Thanks so much, as always, for your love and support and all of the positive comments that you leave down below. I'd love to hear what your favorite parts are, and as always, I'm going to get back to you as soon as I can, because connecting and sharing just brings me so much joy. I can't even begin to explain how grateful I am to have each and every one of you in my life. Thanks again, everyone. I can't wait to get back out here and do some more fun sea glassing adventures. This one really turned into a marathon, and like I said, it's going to be a long time until I'm at home resting, but I'm so glad that I took the chance, and I'm so glad I get to share it with you. I really just wanted to share this absolutely perfect sunset with everybody. The waves are rolling in, but the wind has subsided. It's just been such a perfect day. Thanks one more time.